KnifeDope. More dope. Come and get your fix. What's up, fuckers? Your boy is back with a fresh batch of dope. KnifeDope. That's right, people. The hits don't stop. I know y'all don't. I know y'all remember this girl right here. One of my most recent mods. This one is the Wee Nefarious. Sent this out to Mr. Ted Rooney at RCO Customs, who did a fantastic job. I had asked for him to do a full DLC service to the blade as well as the handles, or rather scales. Then after that that DLC, I wanted him to give me a nice vapor hone on the blade. Then we went ahead and did high voltage blue on the pivot, hardware, pocket clip, and backspacer to match. Now, if I'm being 100% honest with you, this is quite possibly the sexiest looking Wee Nefarious I have ever laid my eyes on. But of course, I'm biased. Now, what has brought us together today is the upcoming EDC Mod Mayhem competition. That's right. You know I never shit you. When I say we, I'm speaking, of course, about Mr. Rolshambo from Rolshambo EDC, Kev from Duty's Daggers, and myself as well. We have created a website where we are allowing the general community to sign up for this upcoming round of the competition. The deadline is July 10th. You have to have your pictures and videos submitted by then. I think the live voting will take place, I think, on the 17th. Don't quote me on that, but I can tell you that the deadline is for sure July 10th. I'll go ahead and put the actual website in the description, or in the comments section. You just basically get on there and make your submittal if you are submitting a knife. There are going to be two brackets. There is an EDC content creator bracket, so all three of us, as well as any other content creators out there, will have our own bracket of competition. And then there's another bracket which is going to have the community where you guys will compete against each other, and there will be some awards, some awards, or not awards, but reward. What the fuck, you know what I mean? They're giving away some free shit. So go ahead and sign up and check it out. I think it's going to be a great time. This is something we're going to be continuing to do. Rolshambo has been fantastic as far as working on the website. He has done such a good job with that. So please support us, and let's keep this shit rolling. Now, what we're going to be going over today is my actual knife that I'm going to be submitting for this round of competition. I have openly spoken about my affinity for the mod life when it comes to these knives, and I feel I'm one of, if not the best. However, I am currently 0 for 2 in the last 2 rounds of competition, and I'm kind of fed up about it, so I'm coming in strong this last round. So without further ado, let's get to the dope. Now, before we unveil this one right here, I felt it was necessary to kind of refresh you guys' memory, basically learn y'all on who the fuck KnifeDope is. Of course, you just saw this one, which was the Wee Nefarious, so no need to go over that one. But I'm going to give you guys my top 6 Spyderco mods in my collection. Also, before I forget, for that competition, there are only 4 knives to choose from that you can mod for the actual competition. It is either the Para 3, Yojimbo, Smock, and Shaman. So yeah, there's that. Okay, the first L I took in this competition was last year, and this was the knife we had chosen, which was the Blade Ops exclusive PM2 with the Emerson Wave feature. Traditionally, this comes with like cool gray Peel Ply G10 scales. I ended up losing that round by a single vote, and if I find out which motherfucker voted for him over me, you got a problem. But no, in all seriousness, what I did for this one is I added the Cerberus Paper Micarta scales. They come with the Hyperglow pivot, so you can see a purple pivot. Also gave myself full titanium hardware. I went with the rock scale titanium geared backspacer. Maintained this American build's integrity by going with the MXG gear titanium deep carry pocket clip. I thought it looked great, you know. Didn't really, I really didn't try too hard for this knife, if I'm being 100% honest with you. The deadline kind of crept up on me, and I just threw something together, but it still came out fantastic. Then we're going to go with my most recent loss, which in my eyes is quite possibly the most controversial goddamn knife to date. This one is the Manix 2 Lightweight. So this one comes in Magna Cut originally with yellow FRN scales. I had reached out to my affiliate, Original Goat. Head on over there and use code FUCKER and save yourself 15%. But I reached out to them and they actually donated these scales to me. I had chosen the actual, you know, the finish I wanted on it. I kind of wanted to keep some type of resemblance to the original design, or rather the stock format. So I asked to keep the scales, you know, the base color yellow like the FRN. I had them do the gun stocks. It's hard to see once that Cerakote finishes on the scales, but it is there. And then I asked for a black splatter, which is going to bring in all the hardware. Also went ahead and got this Rips Garage Tech Mill Titanium Pocket Clip, which is DLC coated. These are clamshell construction. Such a great looking knife. However, I ended up getting last place. Third place, people. You guys did not like this knife. I can't understand why. Still kind of salty about it, but I'm not a sore loser. Or am I? Then I had this one, which a lot of people felt I should have submitted for that last competition. A lot of people actually felt that they thought this might have won the competition. But this one is also rocking Original Goat scales. Once again, the gun stock pattern. I kept this one in the raw format as far as finish goes. This is a GP Knives exclusive, so this one was also a lightweight. This one comes in Rex 45. I went with the satin finish. Also kept it American, all American, by going with the Lynch Northwest deep carry titanium pocket clip. So that is a stunning one as well. One of my favorites in my collection. Now, something else that not a lot of people talk about when it comes to these mods, which is something I think is actually pretty goddamn important, is choosing your actual knife that you are going to mod. And what I mean by that is, which variant did you choose? Did you choose the stock, ordinary, run-of-the-mill S30V? Or did you try to get more exotic, you know? And so I think that that's something that is not looked at, you know, seriously enough, but I think it should be counted, you know, it should be considered, I should say. Then we've got this one, which is also one of my favorites, definitely. This is way back from, I think, Father's Day of 2023 is when I did this mod. Once again, Original Goat to the rescue. These scales were their first batch of the G10 replacement. So these were for any of the Manixes with G10 scales. The one I chose was this beauty, which is the River's Edge Cutlery exclusive. These are linerless, and they are clamshell construction. Just listen to the acoustics on this bitch. Oh, man. I don't know. Something acoustically, it sounds better, you know. Like this one sounds a little more solid. This is the lightweight scales, but something was different, I think. I don't know what it is per se. This is liner, maybe because it's linerless. But anyways, I had them do a black Cerakote finish, and then I went with the wave pattern as far as the milling goes. And then once again, Lynch to the rescue. I went with a DLC, or maybe that was a Cerakote. It might be a Cerakote. Cerakote deep carry pocket clip by Lynch. Then my most recent mod was this beauty right here. Spyderco Spy Mito, baby. Now, if I'm being honest, this is also one of my most expensive ones. I ended up having to buy the Lion Steel Mito knife, brand new. So that was about $270, give or take. And it was a donor at that point. I basically bought it just for the show side scale. So therefore that I could have myself a full titanium Spy Mito. The Spy Mito was a flash batch Spyderco knife that dropped this year. Of course, they're long ago sold out. But I absolutely love it. Dig it very much. Even more so now with the mod. Also ended up taking off that mill titanium pocket clip from the Mito, as well as the mounting hardware. As an end result, I also gained more access to that lock bar. And yeah, this is one of my untouchables. And then speaking of untouchables, we've got the last one before we get to the new dope. It's this beauty. Spyderco PM2 Tonto apparatus. Originally a Blade HQ exclusive. It has some colored G10 scales. These come in M4 blade steel. Dual grind. We've got a nice hollow here in the main portion. Flat on that nice reinforced tip. I decided to go with RG custom metalwork titanium scales diamond pattern, as well as the 3D mill titanium pocket clip. And we've also got that nice lanyard plug for those weirdos. Ha ha! Weirdos get no love over here, baby. Well, there you see the first, or rather my my top 6 modded knives in my collection. The KnifeDope Mod Hall of Fame. But we've got another one. Yes, we do. And this one just might take the cake. It is subject to change, as the we still got a little bit of time before we get to that competition date. And yeah, I want to share with you people, you know. Normally we wouldn't normally I wouldn't let the cat out the bag till probably a little bit closer to the competition, but I feel so goddamn strong in this time in this submission that I'm willing to share with you guys. Willing to let the competition see what I'm planning. The knife I chose to go with this go around is going to be the Para 3. And I decided to go with the Cutlery Shop exclusive, which is originally in CTS XHP. Normally has orange G10 scales, but that wasn't going to work for me. I wanted to go big or go home, as they say. And once again, I went back to RG Custom Metalworks and got these brand new contoured titanium scales. And my goodness, are these bitches hitting. Look at this. Just look at it. Now, there has been a little bit of you know, negative feedback. I know there were some people out there. Number one, these are not cheap, you know. These came in prior to any tax or anything like that. These were $475, 100% USA made. It also comes with a pocket clip. I ended up checking out after taxes and whatnot about $495. So essentially $500 just for the scales. They are left in a raw finish. So these are literally right off the machine. Some people felt that Mr. Rick, you know, the head guy at RG Customs, was being lazy. I reached out to him personally, and he told me the reason he chose to do that was he felt that by leaving it in the raw finish, it actually made the scales look more alive. He said that with polishing, tumbling, or blasting, it can easily hide any, you know, any issues you might have, or you know, flaws in the scales, and he didn't want that. He wanted us to be able to see every single detail on these things. And my goodness, is he absolutely correct. Pocket clip has also got that same pattern on there. We've got some type of a hexagonal honeycomb. Let's go ahead and check it out. Woo! This hoe is sexy. Now, I ain't gonna shit you. Ergonomically feels fantastic. As I mentioned, the scales are slightly contoured. Talk about a top-notch fit as well. These are custom. Absolutely no shake, rattle, or play at all in the liners, because you do use your liners. It's just exquisite, man. You know, I was also asked if I felt these were worth it. As of the current moment, I'm going to say yes. I think, yeah, the price is high, but that's the cost of doing business nowadays. So this is going to be my submission for the upcoming Mod Mayhem. Subject to change, as I'm still working on a couple of things behind the scenes. I am in cahoots with a well-known modder. So I'm going to see if we can come to some type of agreement as far as what I want to do. But shit, I'm already at $700 with this knife, you know. The knife was $200, scales was basically $500. So I might have to tap out at just this point. But either way, she's sexy. That's how we rolling. And I wanted to see what y'all think. Love you, mean it. Until the next time. Cut something. Cut someone. Just don't cut yourself. Stay dangerous, fuckers.